Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our Malbek Contractually Speaking podcast. I'm your host, Matt Patel, and I have my good friend Gabriel here with me today. And we're talking about product enhancements, product feature asks, because as a CLM vendor and now Gabriel with LegalSifter as a product guy, we are often asked by all of our customers different features, different enhancements, maybe different defects that they want to prioritize over others. Is an ongoing challenge to make sure that we keep it steady, stable, and prioritize the right way. Which features or defects are impacting more customers versus less, but without making those customers who have one issue that nobody else has, making them less important, right?
100%.
So tell me, how do you manage that every day?
Yeah, so at LegalSifter, we've built a way to take all of our calls with our prospects and our current customers with customer success and the GTM team, and we're able to pass it off to a Claude agent
Okay.
that then writes GR tickets based off a signal that's found in those calls.
Okay. And does it see if there's any past tickets or past resolutions to a similar problem?
Sure, it's trained on our Confluence, as well as it's able to look at all of our past tickets
Okay.
and our open boards. So it avoids duplicating tickets that are already in flight. It'll combine the ideas together, and then as well as go through our MCP to Salesforce and Apollo,
I see.
and it'll give some business rationale, help us understand some of the business case for doing something.
And this is connected to your customer-facing support ticket mechanism, or how do they?
All our customers have to do is go to Intercom and request a feature,
Okay.
and all the rest
Puzzles
happens
okay.
behind the scenes.
So that's a good use of AI, because historically, this is well before the latest in AI, you'd get all these tickets coming in and the product manager would review it with the rest of the product team. And then they would ask the services or support folks, hey, how much of an impact is this issue or feature for a customer? Because there's a whole, and I remember we hit this around at Malbek, but the t-shirt sizing.
Yeah.
Is it large, medium,
Storyboards.
small? Whatever that meant, right?
Storyboards.
Exactly. Is this a large effort, medium? I think also with AI now helping code, test, automation, a large item might actually be small now, right? To develop or fix. So use of AI to automatically review tickets coming in, hopefully makes the product management team more efficient.
Yeah, and our goal is also to speed up the cycle time from the time someone
Reports
reports something or expresses their desire for something to the point where the product and development team can put it into consideration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing last thing I'll talk about here is, when organizations buy modern solutions like these and package software with configuration, not custom coding, I think sometimes we also ask the customer, do you really need that? Right? Can you work with the best practices based configurations that we have out of the box? Because if we as vendors kept adding every little thing that every customer, every user asks for, imagine in 10, 20 years what this software is going to become. It'll become one of those solutions that nobody wants to use anymore, or unmanageable by the vendor, because now you got to maintain thousands of features that very rarely many of them are getting used, right?
Yeah, it's a delicate balance between the signal of requests to what in that signal will be something that most people who use the product will actually use.
Correct.
That's the
Exactly.
dance.
Is this some nice idea somebody came up with, or is this genuinely a day-to-day issue that they're facing in the product? It's like when we use our, automobiles, vehicle, cars, all the navigation, everything. There's always a quirk. Every car I drive, there's something I don't like about the panel, right? The display. Too many buttons or not enough
buttons.
Yeah. I still like the knobs and all. It's easier for me to drive and, control that. But everything is digital now.
Yeah.
And I may not agree with it. But I don't call the car manufacturer saying, hey, can you change it? I just accept it,
Yeah.
right? Because at the end, it is meeting my need. I just have to get used to the user experience.
And I think big thing about what AI can unlock is how quickly you can build together and see that signal. That is something that lots of people will use.
Yes.
Back in the day, you'd have one person submitting a ticket that's similar to another, and the time it took to be able to relate them as similar as they actually would become the same product would take far longer.
Yeah, yeah, indeed. Well, good insights, Gabriel. Thank you for joining me. That was so I used to be a product manager for a CLM company back in the day before Malbek. So
Nice.
I had to live and breathe every day all these.
So you understand, you love it.
I've been there, done that. Thank you. Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm here with Jonathan from Isuzu. Nice to see you again, Jonathan. Great to see you. We met virtually about a year ago, and Jonathan was kind enough to come over and remind me of our conversation, which was an interesting conversation because you were at the time looking at CLM technology and options for your organization.
That's right.
And, I've been in this space for 20 years, and my goal was not to sell you a CLM, but understand what you're looking for and guide as best as I can. Since then, you've gone on the journey. And question I have is, as you looked at all the options and you heard everybody talk about different products and what they do, what was key criteria for you to choose a CLM that you needed for the organization?
Well, it's a good question, Matt, and I think that the ultimately one of the things you were able to share with me, which was really interesting, is which companies kind of were focused on what market segments, because my company is a rather small company, and features and functionality, of course, are the first thing that we all think about. But if ultimately the solution is not right for my company, that's because of the budget limitations that we have, that's not going to do us any good. So giving me some market intelligence about which companies were focused on both sides opportunities was helpful. In terms of features and functionality, I mean, this things are changing very quickly. But ultimately, we all talk about needing a repository. That's right. We all talk about contract workflows, right, and making sure that it's easy for ultimately our customers, which are the revenue team and the people who are generating the contracts, to generate a contract. Things like integration with Salesforce, things like easy questionnaires that they can intake forms and things of that nature. And then, how is the AI integrated? I mean, this is one of the pain points right now for all of us. I think, the way I look at these things, and I've said this before, is my CLM is like a car. I really don't want to buy it more than once every 5 to 10 years.
10 years, you got
But
it.
you know what? The in-dash nav system, I might want to use a new one.
It's outdated very quickly.
Yeah, in a year or two. So I want to be able to bring my own AI tools to the organization. And there's an area where I'm still seeing, a difficult time. I won't mention the name of the AI tool that we use, but it's not integrated into our CLM system.
Okay.
And that makes it difficult because we have to download documents, upload each time.
And then back and forth.
Of course, the good CLM systems are now integrating their own AI tools. But, being able to meet the customer where they are in terms of, I've already chosen one. Right. Please use it. I want to get intelligence data from my contracts in the repository. I want to, be able to figure out which amendments go with which contracts and which contracts have families expired or not expired because there's an amendment that extended the term.
Right.
Intelligent data analysis. So those are the kind of things. I'm rambling, but being able to integrate all those things and make it easy for the department to manage all of that is what we're all looking for, I think.
And part of it is also budget, right? What can you spend on a CLM technology with or without AI, if you have your own AI integrated? And who's going to support or maintain it? Do you have IT support? Do you have technical resources? Or do you need a platform that is self-service for you or your business users to administer it? Keep the cost of ownership down. All of this goes into play when you're looking at technologies because CLMs have been around for more than 2 decades.
That's right.
And some of the older platforms are very, very powerful, comprehensive, but customizable with code. And that's great if you're a big company with IT support and you can make it look and feel the same as you want it. But then modern systems are configurable. You work within best practices of how you set it up. And the cost of ownership is much better, right? Because you're not spending on custom codings.
And then the question is who pays for it, right? Because you can certainly pay a CLM provider to have workflows set up for you.
100%, yeah.
But, that takes time, it takes investment of time of your team, because no matter how well you understand it, conveying how it needs to work to them and then iterating, that takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
And then you get back to the budget. So, we want to be able to set up the workflows. We want it to be easy.
Exactly. No,
We want to use AI to do it.
that's right.
We don't want to have to do all those different lovely codes in the background. And then there's the stakeholders, right? It's not just the legal department that uses these tools. We have an IT security team that uses a completely different tool for vendor contracts.
Okay.
Totally different workflow.
Mm-hmm.
Can we have a workflow tool that satisfies their needs so that we can get them off that tool? That gives us more money to spend on the one system, right?
That's right. Yeah.
And
There's larger companies that we work with. You know, they have multiple tools in place, different departments. Their vision is to consolidate, but that's a big objective.
right, and tracking
Yeah.
and data. I mean, if a lot of the workflow tools and the CLM tools work wonderfully for contracts, but what if people are asking the legal department questions?
That's right.
Now we have Glean right now that integrates to all of our Slack and email and can answer some of those questions when they're about policies that exist or FAQs that exist. But some of the, when they're asking legal questions, that doesn't really work. And I've spoken to some other folks who have front end tools that do replicate that, and then work with the CLMs. But all these are all things that the customer, meaning the in-house legal department, needs. And the more different systems there are, and the more integrations there are, the more difficult it gets.
Yeah.
So ideally, you want to be able to get it right from the beginning.
And once you figure all that out, next thing you know, everything changes, right? That's the world we live in. So always evolving. But thank you, Jonathan, for
My pleasure.
wisdom and insights. And glad we connected last year.
I'm glad too.
Yeah, our pleasure. Thank you. Thank you all. Take care.